Facebook Connect happened, and that was a thing. And there's a lot to talk about. I am straight up gonna say there was no new headset release. The predictions we made were incorrect, but you know what? That's okay. That's fine, because all they were leaks. They were info we had from different people. There was zero official confirmation from Facebook, but that doesn't change the fact that a lot happened during Facebook Connect, and that is exactly what we are going to discuss today. Now, in case you guys want to join the road to 100k, we're almost at 97,000 subscribers, which is absolutely unbelievable. So if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to smack that little red button down below, and let's move on to the video. Okay, so a lot happened during Facebook Connect. Even though we did not get a headset release on that day, we did actually get a confirmation of all our leaks. The name of the project is Project Cambria, and it's going to be a professional version of the headset. There was no announcement of the gaming-oriented white headset that we originally thought was going to happen, but Project Cambria was officially a confirmation of all the leaks that we had. It was going to have face and eye tracking, and was going to be a more professional model of the quests. It wasn't exactly going to be a quest, it was going to be more expensive. It was something that we called the Quest Pro, but it's actually called Project Cambria. So that is going to be launching sometime next year. We have no release date and we have no rough time frame, but it is a confirmation and it is happening next year. So that's something you can be very excited for right there. The elephant in the room. Facebook, of course, changed their name to Meta. So now all the apps are under the umbrella of Meta. But with that came a lot of really exciting things. Facebook talked a lot about the Metaverse. Some would argue way too much, because a lot of you in live chat were saying you were bored. I myself was actually quite interested, because while I may dislike Facebook as a company and what they do, and it's going to take me a while to switch over from saying Facebook to saying Meta, so please stick with me. While I might dislike them as a company, I kind of like their vision of the Metaverse. Now, while their avatars are incredibly bland for now, it does seem like they're working on bringing that up a few notches, which is, I think, what we're all waiting for. Now, along with better avatars, it also seems that they are going for non-human avatars, which I know a lot of people are going to be really happy about. Customizability is definitely something I think people should have access to. There was also Facebook talking about NFTs and how people will be able to make money within the metaverse. Now, I need to do a lot more research on this before I can talk about it, and I know that NFTs can be a controversial topic, just because I've seen some discussions on the internet. But once again, I don't actually know enough to talk about this right now, but it is something that is supposedly going to be possible within Meta's metaverse. But their vision of the metaverse is something that I would enjoy staying in. As a lot of people in live chat said, they liked it. It really looked like, now let's say you want to go bowling with your friends. It's less of a game and more of a destination. And I actually really like that. I don't know who I stole that quote from, but I really like that. According to Facebook, they will have everything be interconnected. Whether it's AR or VR, you will be able to traverse those worlds altogether. And developers showed quite a lot of interesting things they're working on in AR pass-through on the Oculus Quest. Even though it's only in black and white, it already looks really cool. So they started, tweeting all of that after the event. So I'm super excited for that. Seriously, a lot of super exciting stuff there. And tomorrow, I think, because it's Halloween, we're actually going to be trying out one of those games where you walk around your house with AR pass-through and monsters appear with occlusion behind walls. It's super cool. The future, according to me, is looking very interesting, at least technologically wise. I know a lot of people dislike Facebook, and I know that them changing to Meta isn't going to necessarily change the amount of data they consume. Data is very important to them. However, I could be wrong there as well, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But it does, however, change a lot of the ways we will be interacting with our devices. Whether we like it or not, Meta is now building the metaverse. To be honest with you, a lot of people, including myself, I don't know how I feel about that name. They quite literally took the word meta. I know I myself don't use that phrase, but a lot of people seem to use the phrase, that's quite meta. And now every time you use that, Facebook is going to come to mind. I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of them taking a word and just making that their company. But then again, a lot of companies are words now. I mean, Apple is Apple. So I probably shouldn't be saying too much on that there. What do you think of this vision of the metaverse? What is it missing? What would you add? And completely ignoring the fact that Facebook or Meta is the company behind it, what did you think about it? Did you like the idea of being able to bring your friends into experiences, whether they're in AR or VR, being able to call them on your watch, on your wrist, just bring up a messenger menu and call them up? Even if they're in AR, they're able to send you things from the real world that they found, let's say that AR painting, and send them into the virtual world to you. You having your own identity in the metaverse. And this is something I want to talk about right now. We got a lot of confirmations during Facebook Connect, Meta Connect, whatever. One of those confirmations was unfortunately the fact that Oculus as a brand is now kind of dead. This is something that I don't entirely enjoy. And this is something there was a lot of miscommunication and misinformation about at the very beginning. People weren't certain whether it was actually happening or not. This is from an official announcement on Facebook by Bosworth. Now, instead of being called the Oculus Quest, our devices are going to be called the Meta Quest and Meta Quest 2 and all that kind of stuff. And I don't like that. I do realize it's still the same company. I do realize they're still going to innovate in the exact same way. I do realize they're probably still going to sell headsets in the exact same way. However, I have a lot of really good memories with the company Oculus, and kind of switching that, I dislike that. While there is not necessarily any reason behind my disliking it, except for maybe memories, I'm still allowed to dislike it. Plus, I just don't think MetaQuest is as good of a name as the Oculus Quest. Hopefully, they can make the name Oculus live on and maybe an AI voice assistant or something like that. But other than that, unfortunately, it does seem like it's going to be going away. Now, I'm also quite happy because I made a few videos in the past about things I think are going to happen soon enough. For example, us being able to completely delete and unlink our Facebook account after Facebook changes their name. People told me there's no way that's going to happen. We have confirmation that soon enough, I don't know when, we don't have a time frame, you will be able to delete your Facebook account and instead unlink that from your Oculus account and instead link up a Meta account. Now, while this may or may not change the amount of data collected, again, I cannot talk on that because I have no clue. I'm going to assume it's going to be the same amount of data collected, but that's just my assumption. Could be completely wrong. But yeah, you're going to be able to unlink your Facebook account, completely delete your Facebook account, and instead link up a Meta account. Now again, while this will probably not change the amount of data collected, it does have one really good side effect that people are going to enjoy. It completely unlinks your real life with your virtual life. There were two types of people when it came to the Facebook account thing: the data collection and the whole real life thing. A lot of people really disliked the fact that you had to confirm your identity within Facebook and then have that identity be connected to your metaverse identity in any way, shape, or form. People dislike that. People use the metaverse as a means of escape. People use the metaverse as a way to go away from the real world. They don't want any connection between their real world with their escape world. And I mean, that makes sense. And now you're going to be able to do that because instead of having a real life social profile, you're going to have a metaverse social profile. So that's something that is really exciting right there. On another note, something that I thought was going to happen is something that I made a video about: Blade and Sorcery coming to the Oculus Quest. Yes, it's happening. I actually never got called stupid for thinking this one was going to happen. Everyone was quite excited for it, and everyone said, oh, it's probably not going to happen, but I would love if it were to happen. Well, it looks like dreams do come true. It looks like we're getting Blade and Sorcery on the Oculus Quest 2, and it actually looks like during the presentation that the graphics weren't even that downgraded, unless that wasn't them playing it on the Quest 2. But it is super exciting, and even cooler for those of you that are big fans of bringing retro games into VR. Can I call this retro? Is this retro enough? GTA San Andreas is coming also to the Quest 2. I think like that's a continuation of them bringing Resident Evil 4 into VR, and now they're bringing GTA San Andreas into VR. I'm a huge fan of them bringing these older games into VR. I'm gonna be serious with you. I'm super excited to see what they do with that and how they kind of implement those mechanics. And new Sabers were announced for Beat Saber. However, not much more was said about that. So yeah, we actually got quite a few things during Facebook Connect, Meta Connect, that we completely did not expect, you know? And that I think are really good and make me really happy. On another note, it looks like Oculus Home is now becoming Horizon's home. And that's also really cool. I made a tweet about this today, and it looks like we're finally going to be able to invite friends into our Horizon home and watch movies together, join experiences together. It's going to make joining games that little bit more seamless. You know, we've had Oculus Home on the PC be fully customizable for a while now if you used Oculus Link, and now it seems they're slowly bringing those features over to the Quest. I cannot wait to be able to furnish my home on the Oculus Quest 2. That's just something I really enjoy. You know, just kind of make my own little personal space that I can invite my friends into, that we can chill in. You know, it's going to be really, really cool. And it's going to be easier than, say, making worlds in VR chat, or imagine being able to get achievements in games or win products that you can later on put into your home in games like we have on PC. You know, I constantly get little gift packages when playing through the Oculus Link when I win something in game to put a product inside my home. I think that's really cool. It's a really neat feature. It can kind of be a trophy that you can show off to your friends, you know? But yeah, that's really, really cool. Let me know what you think about all of that down below. Overall, the event may not have given us hardware, but it did give us a lot of interesting insights into what the metaverse is possibly going to look like in the future. And the fact that Facebook has the money to go into it and invest into it. You know, again, as I said, some people might say that the event lasted for too long, but it's just their way of showing us the investment they have into this, the fact that they are serious about this. And honestly, with their amount of cash in their pockets, I think they could make this right. It does certainly seem like they are listening to us. I mean, they're planning on removing the Facebook login requirement, so something is definitely there. I know a lot of people are still going to be unhappy. A lot of people still wanted a headset reveal, and a lot of people just don't care about what they actually talked about. You know, this really all just comes down to that one time Bosworth told us that the Oculus Quest 2 will be with us for a very long time. And that's exactly what they talked about during this event. They talked a lot about the Oculus Quest 2, how they are constantly improving it and adding features to it. They even talked about some brand new accessories, like for example, knuckle grips for the Quest 2, but this time they're official. And that's really good, because that means this device is going to stay alive for very, very long, and they're constantly going to be improving it. And even when that Pro device comes out, Project Cambria, we're probably still going to be using the Oculus Quest 2. While this is kind of annoying for myself as a YouTuber who thought that he might finally have a different device to talk about than the Quest 2, it's really good for the consumers, because that means that we're not going along the mobile phone kind of thing, where they release a new headset every year and the old one becomes obsolete. While some upgraded hardware would have been nice, it's good to see that all the people that did buy the device don't need to be worried about having to switch anytime soon. So please let me know what you think about all of this down below. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't really want to make this video, because currently there's a lot of backlash against YouTubers because we talked about leaks, and now people are calling us liars, and we called them leaks. The definition of a leak is something that is unconfirmed, something that wasn't officially announced, and something that we are just getting out to you because it's interesting. I, for one, really enjoy listening about leaks. Any product that gets announced in the technology world usually has leaks. Yes, we did tell people not to buy an Oculus Quest, probably for about a month. Here's the thing, you pretty much had two options: buy the device about a month ago and be really disappointed when a much better one, a much cheaper one comes out during Oculus Connect, or wait a little bit longer and just buy it now, because now you have the peace of mind that if you buy it, you're probably not getting a better device anytime soon, at least for that price. And I, for one, am really happy with that. I'm happy about the decision of telling people not to buy until now. I'm happy that people now have the peace of mind. That's what I'm here for, to help out. And most people understand that. And I really should not feel the need to explain myself. In case you guys want to watch the full Facebook Live event, a link to it will be down in the description below. Of course, we also have our live stream, but that got copyrighted by Good Morning Britain. But yeah, hopefully I managed to fit as much as possible into here, and let me know what you think about the changes down below. That is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night. If you guys liked it, please leave a like. If you guys disliked it, I guess this button works too, but please tell me why down in the comments section below. If you guys want to join us on the road to 100k, make sure to smack that little red button down below and stick with us, because we're almost there. And you know, I promised people to shower in milk once we reach 100k, and they won't let me live that down, so I guess it needs to happen. If you guys are not yet part of the community, make sure to check out our Discord down below, make sure to check out our Reddit, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. Thank you so much to all the Patreons supporting this channel. You guys help me pay my bills, and just overall help make this content better. Help me buy better gear and stuff like that, so thank you so much. So if you guys would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, we've got sick mugs down below that boost your FPS by 300%, and merch that does not put a huge ad in body. And if you guys want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel daily, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, dim my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.